Welcome to another episode of the Third Wheel Podcast. I'm Caleb.
I'm Shaps.
And we have a very special guest today. I'm very excited. This is Bree. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, my personal favorite guest we've had on so far.
That
Shaps,
you have never heard from.
Yeah, if you ever pass away, Shaps, I would ask her first to take your place.
Well,
So
I guess that, okay.
I'm honored.
I don't think I care.
You'd be dead.
Yeah.
How you doing today, Bree?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Yeah, well, she's so educated.
My brother will fuss if I don't say well instead of good.
Yeah.
Doing very posh right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? That's why we just need to stick to casual talk, you know?
Yeah, for real. All right, guys, I'm excited for today. So we have on the agenda today these disgusting looking flavored Heinz products. How does this look like? Does this look appetizing to anybody other than me?
No, not at all.
Not
You know
even a little bit.
when Frankenstein is assimilating as a monster and he takes parts from all the different...
He's like, Kranch. He's ready to squirt it in his monster.
Well, this is like Frankenstein's like less successful brother. He's like, I make ketchups.
Dr. Heinz. Dr. Heinz in the house. Do you remember that discussion we had a couple episodes back about the machine that's getting ready to mix all the sauces?
Yeah, how disgusting that would be.
Yeah. I'm disappointed they don't have the one I was looking for. The only one I wanted to try was wasabioli. I want to know what it is. Like
Wasabioli.
what are they mixing? You know what I mean?
Man, I'm a little disappointed now because I remember that conversation.
The bioli was like, is that ravioli? Wasabi? Wasabi sauce? I don't know.
Was it a play on words or was it actually ravioli?
It's going to be playing with my taste buds. I know that much.
We
So,
need to ship it in, like import it in or something.
Did you see Pepsi has their new ketchup that they're putting on their hot dogs now for like
You showed
baseball
me a
games?
picture
Yeah.
of that. I didn't actually try
We'll
it.
never find it because it's in Chicago only, I believe.
Mother
Yeah. Mother of God.
of God.
All right, let's do it. Who wants to go first? And what are we trying first? No, let's go classic here. Let's start with Mayochup. Okay.
Mayochup, okay.
Mayochup. Okay, obviously this is the combination of mayo and ketchup. Okay, this is what you can make on your own. I encourage everyone to make their own concoction, not to use this one.
Yeah,
I don't know what.
See, is it a perfect like 50-50 ratio?
That's right. We're gonna find out. Like,
Well,
I need-
according to their machine, it is.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be fun.
is it?
Oh, yeah, we have to open every container.
What's this wee stuff? I did it.
Caleb is going to open
Yeah,
every container.
I can be. I've lost enough weight to where I can be the
Other-
model
flip
that
it
holds.
upside down.
You're going to be
Thanks.
Vanna White. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. I'm so glad everyone's down for this. I thought for sure I'd be the only one eating these.
I mean, I don't know if you actually
Oh,
asked
no.
us to be
This is
Yeah,
thick.
we walked in and he was like, "You're going to try this."
doing this today. Oh, thanks for everyone for being down for this.
Look at the consistency.
Oh God,
of
this
it.
is actually easy cheese.
That's
Yeah, thank
so
you.
solid.
That's easy cheese.
This is
Dude, this is disgusting. What is that?
Yeah, good grief.
No. Caleb.
We got to keep these separate once we've tried them.
yeah.
Caleb,
Just don't want to
Caleb,
block the camera.
Caleb,
Oh,
I'm
good.
sorry. What have I done to deserve this, Caleb?
Hey, is this not better? Well, I guess we'll find out. But isn't this better than the ranch ice cream?
Let's just get this over with.
Come on.
Mayo.
Be excited.
There's a good chance it'll be worse. I don't know.
I'm sure
Ready?
this will be fine. Yeah.
God, it's disgusting.
Other than the fries being horrible.
It's not as bad as I expected it to be.
Really, you actually thought this would suck?
I still don't want mayonnaise on my fries though.
So I actually hate mayonnaise. So
Hate mayonnaise?
I don't have it on anything.
Okay.
That'll be me when we get to the mustard.
The Mayoracha. All right. Just for your comment.
He was like, all right.
Yeah, just for you ruining my day with your mayo comment. Mayo is delicious.
So
Okay,
as you prepare it, I have a funny story about mayonnaise.
please.
Growing up, this is kind of like a common Louisiana thing, I guess. But most people I knew growing up called mayonnaise mayonnaise.
Say it again.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. And then when I got here, my sister started saying mayonnaise to all of her friends, and they call her stupid. And I caught on. I was like, okay, I'm not going to be called stupid, so I just caught on to whatever they were saying. But it took me a while to learn it. Mayonnaise, like that's not what we called it. We called it mayonnaise.
Or mayo if you just really struggle with
Yeah,
it.
Mayonnaise.
if you're really hurting to call it something, mayonnaise.
But little, you know what? Long story short, I do not like mayonnaise.
That's sad. All right, well, just for that, we're trying Mayoracha. Okay. You
Let's
did
do
this. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see the consistency of it. All right, pay attention,
That's
America.
gross.
Watch
dude.
them all be the
I
same
still taste the
consistency.
mayo.
Ah,
Ooh.
I shook it.
It's like a gunshot.
Oh, no. No. I shook this, guys.
It's liquid.
All right, well, at least it's not as thick. All right,
Okay.
that's
Yeah, that
better.
looks more like an actual sauce.
There you go.
Thank you.
No, I wish I had like unsweet tea. That's a pretty good palate cleanser because this is disgusting mayo taste in my mouth, and I don't know where it came from. Actually, I know where it came from. My name's Caleb. God, why is it all easy cheese?
It's not as easy as it looks. Okay, you just make it look easy.
Oh, ugh.
All right, which one is this again?
It's the Mayoracha.
Mayoracha. This is probably going to be actually kind of tasty.
I was about to say, I only recently discovered sriracha, but I do like it. So
Yeah, it's a little too strong for me. You ready?
Ready?
Oh, this tastes terrible. As I go for a second one. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm not a sriracha fan, though. If I'm being honest. It has a...
see, again, I don't want mayonnaise on my.
Yeah, I
On
mean,
my fries.
really, that's the only thing holding me back.
Can you taste the mayonnaise?
A little bit. Not as much as the other one, but yeah.
See, and I think that's why I like this one better.
Yeah, I don't mind it that much. I like the spice.
How about honey racha next? Let's do a different color.
All right.
See, this isn't the worst thing ever. You know what I mean? This isn't the worst tasting we've ever done.
This
Okay.
may have been the worst one. to be
Yeah,
honest.
that actually
So-
did taste pretty bad. I ain't gonna lie. Unless Bree liked it. Bree probably liked it.
The first one?
No, I'm saying the first one probably was the worst one.
Really?
Going forward,
Mayochup?
No, I hated that.
Dude, Mayoracha I thought was like the worst
No,
thing I've
like
ever
I
tasted.
actually like the
Because
spice.
Mayoracha had less mayonnaise
Yeah.
taste. I almost said it like you did earlier. I was like, no.
Aha! See, it's a poison. Everyone will be saying it, not me, for one day. One day.
One day only. Open this. Help a brother.
Help a brother out.
I don't suppose, Bree, you got nails. Can you open the Buffer Ranch?
I can certainly try.
What a
Okay.
pro. Look at this guy right here.
Honestly.
That's a man.
Yeah.
What a man's man.
Man's man.
Oh, what do you... Oh,
There was plastic there.
okay.
What are you stuffing your thumb in there? Oh, God.
Actually, this smells okay.
What is it?
Honey Racha. Honey Racha I actually anticipate to be quite not that good. I don't like sriracha.
Is this the one we're trying?
Yeah.
Okay.
You first. Do the consistency of it. Look at you people shaking. That's not a bad sound.
No, not at all.
I don't
You
hate
gonna
it.
start an ASMR channel?
Darcy was thinking about it.
That's better. That's ketchup, I know.
That looks like ketchup.
That's like liquid. Oh, gosh.
Oh,
it
it
won't
stop
stop.
coming out. Oh no. Oh no.
Come on.
Make it stop.
I can't. Oh, that's going to be messy.
Oh,
At least it's
man.
not
I guess that
freaking thick.
Kind of makes sense though. Both honey and sriracha are pretty fluid.
Oh, boy. My whole plate's being taken over.
I anticipate this not being good.
Thank you.
Observe, America, for your pleasure.
Ready?
Yeah.
For viewers like
Whatever.
you, thank you. PBS.
Yes.
These fries are sad. They were so good before y'all got here. Here we go.
Alright.
Oh, it just tastes like honey.
Yeah.
I mean, I can definitely tell that there's sriracha in it, but yeah, honey is pretty prevalent.
Overpowering.
I prefer number 2.
All right, Buffer Ranch. This tasting is going terribly. I thought I'd like at least one of these, and I don't. I don't like any of them.
Sure. Yeah.
The Mayochup was my favorite. And we're back to squeezed cheese.
Finally, consistency. Ugh.
I finally got it. Consistency I wanted. Why is MayoMust looking okay? It looks like the one I'm going to enjoy.
You're slowly going crazy, that's why.
I've lost my mind.
Buffer ranch. Okay.
This is not going how I was hoping.
What were you
Really.
expecting? Everything.
I
to
thought
say-
these would be
taste-
good. I thought these
Wow,
were
why
tasty.
have we been missing our sauces all these years?
Fine. Mayo. Which one is this?
Buffer ranch.
Do not like this one.
No, that's bad.
Not a fan.
That's bad, dude.
Hold on a minute.
Hold on a minute. I think we got some
Caleb
hair.
tries all of them twice, even if he makes like the worst faces while eating them. He's like, ew, let me try that again.
Because these fries are so bad, like you have to kind of try it again. That's bad though.
Yeah, that one's gross.
Yeah, that's pretty yucky.
Okay, 3 more.
It's only
We're
been
more than
10
halfway there, y'all.
It's only been 10 minutes.
you
sad.
expected this to be like 40 minutes?
Yeah. No.
unfortunate.
No, God, no. That was in reaction to which one?
That was the buffer ranch.
I kind of want to save MayoMust for last. This one's...
Why is this one
I'm
so
like
cold?
mentally
Did you just
preparing
get out of
myself for the
fridge?
MayoMust.
Yeah,
This
this
one's way more wet for some reason.
fridge, I don't know. Oh, man, this looks scary.
You know how as a kid, or like toddlers will like mesh all their food together, just
No,
play with it.
I never did that.
You never did that?
No, I was too clean a person.
I don't know if I did, but I have 5 younger siblings, so I've witnessed it plenty times.
Gross.
And I just, every time we open one of these new ones, I'm like, it feels like something that one of my siblings would have been like, ooh, and just like meshed together on their plate.
The sad thing is, I think it was this one that I liked the most. I'm trying to remember which one I liked the most.
I'm willing to bet you Kranch tastes pretty good.
Kranch.
I'm going to put money on the Kranch tasting amazing.
Okay.
Okay. $50. So, oh, yeah, that's a good consistency right there. You see that? See how it squirts onto the plate? It's got its own color.
I was about to say, the color is like, it's a little too flesh colored, but as far as the two sauces go, this one feels promising.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. Kranch. I have high hopes in you. This better not be disgusting.
2, 1, synchronize.
I was wrong. This is awful.
You don't like it?
No.
That is the worst one.
I think it's okay. Like, I don't love it.
What? Who even are you?
Wow. Ranch strikes back.
Oh, you bite ranch. Ranch bites you. Oh, man, that's horrible.
Okay, let's move on to the next one, please. Quick. Quick.
I need a minute, okay? Give me a sec.
You need a minute. I'm the one who has bad history with ranch.
These are awful. What is Heinz doing? Okay, I want to know. What are they doing to me? This is why nobody buys this stuff.
Is this their final? You bought all of them. No one buys this stuff.
There were so many left.
You keep them in business.
Open this one, would you?
Was it not already open?
No.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, Caleb walked in with 7 bottles and was like, we're going to try these today.
With a giant smile on his face, like a child. Like,
I
oh my
thought
gosh,
these
this
would
is gonna
taste
be
good.
Mom, I got Mom to buy all of these for me. They're going to
for
be
you.
awesome. And he brought his friends over for a freaking Heinz party.
All right. Kachili.
Chili.
Kachili indeed.
There you are, sir.
They should fire whoever named these. Because they probably thought, I'm so
The names
smart.
sounded appetizing.
Well, that's the thing.
Why'd
like,
you mix them all on the charcuterie board? I can't even tell which is which anymore.
It's not my fault, dude.
All right, Kachili. Here we go. These stale fries.
I'm nervous about this one.
Me too. I ain't gonna lie to you. It tastes okay.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
It tastes the closest to ketchup I
Yeah.
think we've gotten.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
On the ketchup spectrum. Yeah. There we go.
There's no real like chili taste there.
It's just a little sweeter than ketchup is. That's really it. It's like you added more sugar to
so
ketchup.
great.
Kachili,
that's
sweeter ketchup. No chili necessary. Keep all that at home, buddy.
That's a nice sound.
What did you
Oh
eat
my
last
goodness,
night?
why so much?
Because it's the last one. Who cares?
Maniac.
I mean, who's gonna freaking finish all these?
It
Nobody.
popped.
We're going to throw it away.
Then you give it to the homeless shelter. They're gonna reject it.
Send it back.
This isn't
We don't
ketchup.
need this.
This isn't ketchup.
MayoMust, guys. The last one on the agenda for
You know, I'm
today.
surprised they didn't do like a pickle one.
Oh, yeah, like some sort of relish.
Yeah, kind of like that.
I don't relish this.
Oh wow,
Ooh.
good one.
Yeah, see what I
you
did
should
there?
you should be naming the Heinz ketchup bottles actually.
You know what? Shut up.
Kellish, there, just did your job.
All right, get too much.
Ready?
Nope.
No?
I
Tastes
told
like-
you, I'm not a mustard
It's
person.
a honey mustard, basically.
It is just honey mustard. I mean, like, okay, it has a little bit of tang to it.
MayoMust makes me happy.
Still just don't like that mayo. I don't know.
Oh, no, the name's terrible.
No.
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
Hey, let me finish these. Okay. MayoMust is quite tasty.
you had to get the large fries.
Overall, I'm very disappointed with my experience here.
Yeah.
Heinz.
Now you know, though, right?
Yeah, I had questions, now I don't. You know?
I just, in my head, I didn't think we were actually going to try any of these whenever you mentioned them. I thought it was just going to be safely in my imagination, not like physically in front of me ever.
Now, if you truly wanted to affront your taste buds, you could start mixing these.
Oh, God.
Kachili must.
Buffa Kranch.
Oh, that sounds awful. Hey, pass the Mayochup, would you? I'm not joking. Hand it over.
Of course. Which one is it?
It's that one. Yeah. Yep. There you go, buddy. All right, I'm going back. I don't know where to put it.
You still have more on your plate.
I don't know which one's which, though.
Finish what you started.
Finish what you started.
Do it.
I never leave a mission. I never leave a mission unfinished.
Well, audience, I'm really sorry about this.
Yeah, no, I'm actually pretty sad.
You now don't have to go through the experience we went through.
True.
You can learn from our mistake.
Yeah. I dug too greedily and too deep.
I'm kind of glad we saved the other one for later.
Uh-huh.
Have something to look forward to.
Yeah. Hey, look, this isn't as big an affront to your taste buds as the ranch.
The what ranch?
The ranch ice cream.
The what ranch ice cream?
What are you trying to do to me?
I'm trying to repress my memories, but you're not making it easy for me.
You need that Doctor Strange spell to get it out of your head. Make you forget.
Be like, Dr. Strange, can you remove the memory? I mean, like, sure. Oh, also, can you remove like the ketchup memories and the Buffer Ranch memories and like and that's what actually breaks the multiverse. The ketchup.
All right, that's done. I never want to try any of these again. Okay, MayoMust was the best one, and that's one I thought I was going to hate. Okay, Kranch was awful. Okay, did you even taste the ketchup in that?
I'm already repressing it, dude. It's
The
already,
what now, Caleb? What are you trying to say?
Yeah, it's already in the same corner as the ice cream ranch. So yeah, it's gone, dude. It's gone.
I remember very vividly how the ice cream ranch tasted.
Me too.
Yeah. You can't.
Chaps, I remember Caleb texting me saying, "Look what I got! Look what I'm gonna make him try!" He
then
was
you're-
so excited.
Look, he's gonna laugh at yeah.
Oh, I knew you were gonna hate it. I knew you were gonna hate me after it. You know, I just noticed the ketchup bottles are way smaller than the other bottles.
Yeah, I bet you paid more for it too.
Probably. All right, Shaps, you had a topic for today. Please hit us up with it.
Yeah, growing up, did your folks ever give you like? I mean, we've all heard of famous old wives' tales, right? Before, like, oh, don't make that face, or else it'll get stuck, or like, step on a crack, break your mother's back. I know that's more of like a.
That's fake.
I know it's fake. It's
Debunked.
fake. Yes,
Let's do that today.
they're all freaking debunked.
Everyone, call your mom. We're gonna go outside and step.
We're
on
gonna
some
step on a
cracks.
crack as much as we can, and then
Yeah.
until her back breaks. And
Yeah,
then
and then like if it doesn't work, it's
we're
fake.
like,
Mythbuster.
Mom, you're fake.
Well,
And
you were talking about Mythbusters the other day, Bree. Tell me, what were you telling? You're telling us a good story. I actually found it very entertaining.
We were talking about. Oh, that's right. The MythBusters were proving the best ways to conserve gas, and they were testing all these different myths. But one of them that I found the most enjoyable was that you use up more gas when driving if you drive stressed. And so they ran it a couple of times with different drivers, but on the same route, with stressors and without stressors. And the stressors were different for each person depending on what they were most adverse to. So I think the Carrie, I think she drove with like roaches in the car, and
Ooh.
I think they glued one of the guys' like fingers together or something like that. Like they did different things to each of them to try and stress them out, and then they had them drive the route normally as like the control. And they could not disprove the myth. Every time the drivers drove stressed, they used up more gas consistently every single time. Same route, same like level of AC running, windows up or down. Like they kept everything else the same. The only thing they changed was stressors, and they used up more gas every time. And I thought that was really interesting.
That is very interesting. So my question then is, if they don't bust the myth, then how do they say it's true, or what do they say? Inconclusive? What do they say at the end?
Yeah, I think they had three options. It was either busted, like undecided, or inconclusive, or verified. I think those are the three options. And I think on that one, I cannot remember if they actually like verified it or if they just said inconclusive, because they couldn't give you a reason for why. But they were like, but we are getting the same results every time.
Yeah.
So there's some level of truth to it. We just can't identify like the source of it, so to speak.
So I have one. Have y'all ever heard of swallowing gum and it would digest for 7 years?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Now that's a
definitely.
classic. Okay, I got so much gum inside me. It's ridiculous.
But it's such a fake tale.
Oh yeah,
Such a spun up tale. I believed it though.
I used to work with in prison, as you know, and the inmates used to swallow razor blades. If those can digest, okay, then anything can digest. I promise you, gum would not last that long. Your stomach acids are actually very strong. You know what I mean? They'll burn through pretty much anything. So,
And apparently, I'm just reading all these fun facts. Coffee doesn't stunt your growth.
It doesn't?
It doesn't. Not only does coffee not stunt your growth, but most people start drinking it after they're finished growing since its bitter taste doesn't usually appeal to kids. Or bitter taste. Interesting.
You know what coffee does burn through, though? Tattoos. See?
Ooh.
It's almost gone. There it goes. My official release. I am a trashy person.
And this one I'm favoriting. TV will not ruin your eyes by staying.
Oh, I was going to say.
yeah.
So sitting too close.
Sit
to
further
it.
back. You're too close.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not real. That's
But
not
okay.
real. Human body is a little bit more durable than you could.
In all fairness, that actually sounds kind of legit. You know what I mean? Like
No, it sounds like it.
It sounds like if you put your child whose eyes are still developing way too close to their TV and just walk away, I
Caleb.
would have problems with
No,
that.
Caleb, you see, it actually enhances their vision because
Yeah.
they're under more harsh circumstances, you see. So you'll probably get better vision if you get rid of it. Like,
Oh, I'm glad you feel that way. I'm just thinking, like, I actually did not fight my mom on that point when we were kids. I was like, "You're right, mom. That's actually
no,
a bad
it
idea."
sounds so legitimate, and
really
it's
does.
probably not a good idea still, but like, because it
Right.
actually does hurt a little bit,
Yeah.
but it won't like permanently damage your eyes.
No, it's fake.
Now, one funny one that was actually more personal to me is growing up, when I was pretty young, I was like obsessed with superheroes.
Okay.
And my mom would give me like super drinks, essentially, almost like potions.
Weird.
She would basically just like give me juice, like apple juice, and say it would make you a superhero. And then I would drink it. I would start running around like the Flash. I thought it was the Flash.
That's awesome.
It's called the placebo effect.
And it worked.
Placebo. I have plenty of those.
My gosh. But yeah, so isn't that interesting? On the subject of like, should we tell kids about Santa or whatnot?
Yeah,
Like,
well, I got one.
Yeah.
So when I was a kid, my dad would put food in the microwave, and he would be like, "Stay back." Okay, he'd be like, "Because the waves,
The radiation.
the radiation are gonna boil your brain."
Wow.
Myth. That's not real.
You know what? I actually read up on recently, I don't even know why I read it up, but apparently if your microwave is even cracked, it won't like spill out.
Oh.
Like it's actually still safe.
Oh, didn't know that. Actually, in what scenario would your microwave be cracked? That's
I
what
was
I'm
just
wondering.
thinking it
do you
because
do?
like I think I saw like a cartoon where like someone broke it and then it started like spilling out everywhere. I was like, oh, I wonder if that's actually real because that makes sense, right? But no, it actually stays contained. It's not like a lethal dose. Essentially, I forget what it said not to do. I think it was something about it was still like don't put titanium in there, obviously, or metal in there. But
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so, yeah, which is so obvious. But yeah, it's still technically safe even if it's cracked open. So I'm
Have
like,
you
that's
ever put
interesting.
metal in a microwave?
One time, my sister put a TV remote in the microwave.
No way.
Why?
Yeah, I want to know the reasoning behind this. I know your sister.
I think we were very big fans of Is It Okay to Microwave This?
What?
The YouTube channel that way back then when they would
Oh my
microwave
goodness.
everything. And she didn't put it in for like more than a second, but still, it was like just to see my reaction. But
That's insane.
I was like, yeah, I'm a very lawful good person. So even as a kid, I was like, that's not okay. And I told my mom immediately. I was such a snitch.
Wow. What a... So you had your own secrets to hide, right?
Not when I was growing up, actually. I would. Funny enough, whenever I did something wrong, if my parents weren't home, I would punish myself. I would put myself in the corner and put myself in timeout for about an hour until they got back.
An hour?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Legitimately,
That's horrible.
my
How do you
sister.
live?
My sister hated me for it because she was like, "You're just too good." I was
Yeah.
like, "I know.
I'm a born paladin.
I'm sorry.
Are you older or younger?
I'm younger."
Really?
Yeah, interesting, right?
Yeah, it's usually the older kid who's like, no, I sentence myself to death.
I'll do it for the
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
No, she was a total rebel and still kind of is sometimes. But
okay.
like, she was the absolute rebel and she hated me because I was the good child.
I'm liking you less as we talk. If we're just
And
gonna
yeah,
throw it out there.
I would do anything to make my parents happy. Literally anything. So yeah,
I learned something new today about you, buddy.
there was one time when my mom gave
Another
me
one?
There was one
There's more?
There was one time. Oh, dude, my whole freaking childhood. There was one time my mom gave me a bath when I was probably like 5 or something, and because it was before I moved to Texas, and then she like had a phone call, and she's like, "I'll be right back," and she left, and then the water started getting cold, and I sat in the tub for like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and she forgot about me.
Aw.
But I stayed put.
You were such a sponge.
And I was like, she said to stay here. I'm
you did.
going to stay here, and nothing is ever going to make me decide otherwise.
Yeah.
And then eventually she came in the bathroom. She had to use the bathroom. She's like, oh my God. Jacob.
There was one time.
Mama.
So, as you recall, during Halloween when you're homeschooled, it's not called Halloween.
Of course not. That's
Fall
Satan.
festival.
That's actual Satan.
Fall festival. I was going to ask you.
Fall
what it was called.
festival or pumpkin, not pumpkin patch, but like pumpkin something, pumpkin festival or something like that.
But as you recall, I told you were surprised. It was called Hallelujah Harvest.
Hallelujah.
I love it.
Yeah, that's actually one of the better names. Okay,
That's incredible.
But I remember Mom did the same thing. She's like, "Stay right here."
Yeah.
You know, and she thought we were gonna go and have fun, but I took her "stay right here" as
Literally.
Yeah, and I made all the siblings do it. Okay, and I started crying because Mom didn't come back for 2 hours. Okay, and I was like, she said stay here, and everyone's having fun, doing the stuff, and I made my siblings have a bad time. Those were the days.
You see, that's the difference between you and I, Caleb.
Yeah.
When I go down, it's only me.
Just you.
It's like I don't bring anybody down with me.
I don't take victims with me.
Everyone was so reliant on me growing up. All the siblings. It's weird because now they try to break away from me taking charge of stuff. Like my youngest brother, Matt, who's been on the show, like you can't get him to do anything he's told.
Yeah.
Right. Micah, my other younger brother, like he hates whenever I tell him to do anything. Mm-hmm. So, but back then they were so reliant on me to make the decisions, to speak for the group. And it's so interesting now the dynamic that's changed. We're nothing like that now.
Did you get along with your sister?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, my sister actually still relies on me quite a bit.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and I mean this in a non throw her under the bus way, but you can't really get her to do anything without telling her. So
that's great.
Well, what about you? How's it with you and your sister?
Well, like I said, she was a rebel growing up, so we fought like cats and dogs.
What about now?
So let me go through the timeline. We really didn't get along growing up. I remember, and this is like her favorite story to tell, is that when I was like probably like 2 or 3, she's like 2 years older than me. She threw like a metal train at my head, like a little toy metal train at my head, and started gushing blood and everything. That's the earliest memory I have of her.
Oh my goodness.
Did she do the thing where it's okay?
Yes. She was like, shut up.
It's okay. We can hide this.
Don't tell Mom.
It's okay. And I'm like, like a freaking,
It's not as bad as it looks.
It's like Vietnam. Like, And she's like, no, shut up. And my mom let her have it. That was my earliest memory of her. But then like, growing up, we did a lot of things together, and then sometimes we got along really well, and sometimes we didn't. Like, for instance, if we wanted to play a game, we had to play her game. But if I ever wanted to play my game, she would say no. And so what I would do is, I was so desperate to play, I would say, okay, I'll do your chores if you play a game with me. And she's like, okay, that's fair. And she's like, stupid, because whenever we started playing my game, she'd be like, oh, I'm tired. We'll do it tomorrow. And we never did. And I fell for that over and over and over and over and over and over again.
You sucker.
Because I'm like, I just gotta believe.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to like when we started becoming like adults, we got really, really close. Again, relied on each other for everything. And then like she got married, and then we kind of drifted apart a little bit. We were like best friends. Now we're like a little bit better because we're both adults, we're both in our own lives, and we still try to connect every once in a while. We disagree on very key situations, problems, issues, like completely like opposites, right?
Like politics?
Politics, religion, stuff like that.
Oh, really?
But we are still like, when it's not that, we're actually really close. We get along pretty well. And actually, we get along better when we're alone and not at our parents' house. We've figured out, interestingly enough.
Bree, you got how many siblings?
I have 6 younger siblings.
Oh my gosh.
You're the oldest, ain't you?
Yes.
Oh man.
They do everything you say.
Now I've met like approximately 50% of them, I think.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. So I mean, you got another brother shows up, and I'm like, another one? Like
They keep coming.
Yeah, they keep showing up.
Yeah.
So how's your relationship with them now?
It's really interesting because, like, in the sense that both of you have been talking about how your relationships have changed now that y'all are adults, 3 of my brothers are still under 18. The youngest turns 12 in like a week. So there's a huge age gap between me, the oldest, and my brother, who's the youngest. But, each of us, are somewhere in the middle there. And so like my relationship with Elena, who's the closest in age to me. We're 4.5 years apart.
It's not bad.
That's the closest?
That's the closest. Wow. There was the biggest gap between me and my sister, and then they all get closer in age after that. My mom started having them closer and closer together.
She's like, I got this down now.
Yes.
I got that timing.
Exactly. In fact, they get closer by a year every time.
That's
so
hilarious.
4.5 years, and then 3.5, and then 2.5, and then 18 months, and then 18 months again.
Wow.
Yeah, tell me. So
yeah, the age gap between me and my close sister Elena is 4.5 years, and we went through, like, it was a roller coaster for us. We went through years where we didn't want to have anything to do with each other, and then we went through a phase where I didn't want to have anything to do with her because she was so much younger. It was at a point where I was probably like 9, so she's 5, and there's a huge age gap at that point, and I was like, I want to be doing the more, like, I say grown up, but like the older kid stuff.
so you're talking about as kids then?
At the moment, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And she just wanted to be my shadow. She wanted to do what I do and say what I say. She wanted to eat the foods that I ate. I remember around 11 or so, I literally like went up and whispered to my dad. We were packing food for a day trip, and I was like, I want this food, and I whispered it to him so that I could pick my own thing without her copying me. And he yells to the other room, "Hey, Keish, Breanna wants this food." And I was like, no, you've defeated the purpose of the whispering. And Elena immediately popped up, I want that too. So we went through phases like that. When we hit teenagers, we kind of separated a little bit again. We were like different interests and stuff, and now that we're both adults, we've found like a rhythm essentially, and we do certain things together, and we know for other things that we just do those by ourselves because it'll not go well.
You have a good relationship now. How are y'all as roommates, if you don't mind me asking?
Roommates has not been too much of an issue because we, obviously we grew up in the same house, and I moved out just 2 months before she did. So I didn't really have a lot of time on my own before she moved in with me. So I didn't get into too much of a rhythm of like doing things my way. And so, I mean, a little bit, I set the thermostat at the temperature I wanted and, things like that. But for the most part, it was really easy to just readjust as soon as she came back to living with me. And the biggest difference was that there just wasn't an ultimate authority anymore to, conflict resolve. So we now had to work that out for ourselves.
Yeah.
That was the big difference. And by this point, we've more or less figured out how to.
That's good. I'm still working on that with my siblings. So my youngest brother, he's moving in with us, and his wife has to be the mom in a sense, which is kind of messed up.
So your brother and his wife are moving in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay,
yeah, they're gonna be moving in. And me and Matt had to talk about it beforehand. Like, okay, look, here's how we're gonna deal with conflict resolution. And I'm hoping it gets better. He's gotten better about telling me if I say something that upsets him. And I'm always like, as long as someone tells me I offended them, I'm down to say I'm sorry. No issues. So we're working on that. I'm also working on trying not to say anything that offends them. So like, it's not just like all on his end. So we're working on that. We're both really headstrong adults. Like, we're both like very bullheaded. So we got to figure that out. So working on that.
I also have a sister, an older half brother, but I always just knew him as my brother.
I got tons of those,
and I got a younger brother as well. All the relationships are very different. So my sister, I guess I'm technically closest with. My older brother, he really didn't like any of us until we got to a certain age, like in a row. Like, my sister got to a certain age, then they were besties, and they would bully me and my younger brother, and same with me. When I got to a certain age, he liked me, but then we would bully my little brother, right? And now it's like we're just in completely different lives. Like, it's really, really weird. Like, I can relate more to my sister lifestyle-wise than I can with my older brother now, but I guess we're still kind of close. Like, we still see each other relatively often.
Yeah.
Again, I probably disagree with everything, almost everything that all my siblings believe. It's weird. My parents are kind of neutral, but like, I'm very passionate and strong in a certain direction. But that doesn't really ever get in the way, which I'm thankful for.
Are your parents like? Have they just kind of taken a step back?
They're very soft. They've softened a lot.
Yeah.
So there's that, which is like, it's kind of hard when in this generation where like everyone's very passionate about something.
Right.
And you're encouraged to really like speak on your mind. So it's kind of weird being like the only one you're with that mindset in your family, but as long as you can learn to talk about other things and just your beliefs and your opinions and such, it's not that bad. I think the relationship that I struggle with the most is my little brother, just because like there was a lot of phases of him like kind of being in my shadow, doing the food thing. He's even like kind of taken after the same career I'm in, at least for now, or at least trying to get up there. He's like 17 now. And at first I didn't know what to think about it. And right now I'm like, he can do what he wants. You know, like I'm out of the house, you know, I'm grown up. Like, he can do whatever he wants. What is interesting, because he is in the same, or trying to get in the same like field, I get to see him make all the mistakes. And I'm like, oh man, I remember when I did that.
That's messed up. You should be helping him.
He is a do not help me kind of person.
Okay.
He is if you help me, I will not tell anyone you help me. Like legitimately.
Okay.
Which is like fine. He's his own person. It's just kind of fun in the distance. And sometimes I'll throw him a bone because I know people that know him. And I'll be like, you should help him out in this area. You know,
right.
Do this, do that. So in the shadows.
What about you, Bree? How's it adulting with your siblings now? Oh, I guess I wanted to ask about your parents then. Have they taken a step back and they just kind of let you all do your own thing now? Or are they really pushing to...
As far as what?
I don't know, like direction, guidance, that type of stuff, advice? Or are they just kind of letting you figure it out for yourself? Because my parents, I think they have that problem where they're like... I'm not going to say they're controlling, but... I feel like lately I've realized I'm not really living up to what they think I should be doing, you know, with my life.
They were very standoff when it came to what you wanted to do with your life.
Yeah.
They didn't, like, push for anything too much. I mean, we talked about the whole college thing, and, like, my parents always wish I would have gone to college. At least my mom did. It just didn't work out for me in that area. But other than that, though, not really. As soon as I moved out, that's kind of when I think... they really, you know, like kind of backed off and backed away and, you know, let me do my own thing. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Really.
What about
I
you,
don't
Bree?
have that problem.
It's fun because I get to watch my parents' opinions like change and grow over, you know, the course of all the years. And,
that's good. They're not just stubborn.
No, they're not. I mean, they are, but they are willing to learn. Yeah. And even just like watching them adapt to... like how society has changed and stuff since the time that, you know, I was 12, the way that she treats my younger brother as far as like rules and, you know, things that he can and can't do is a whole lot different than when I was 12 because the world has just changed that much, you know.
It's true. Goodness.
Just gaming and internets and all that kind of stuff is a whole lot different for him than it was for me. And so watching that is kind of fun. But
just playing Pong.
But yeah, so my parents, and this is not to say that they were involved because they absolutely were, but they also had to spread their attention out across all of the kids.
Yeah.
So
that's tough. 6, right? Ugh.
Yeah. So they did not, like I didn't get a whole lot of one-on-one time with them. I definitely had some. They put effort into making sure they got some individual time with their kids, but it just couldn't, you know, statistically, it could not be as much as it would be for, you know, only children or, you know, parents with 2 or 3 kids. And so, you know, once I hit adulthood, I got a little bit less because they were a little more focused on the younger kids. They still, you know, wanted to be involved in my life and know what was going on and that sort of thing. And then when I moved out, I got, a little bit more of, you know, that independence and they could backed away, like you said, a little bit too. And so they still check in and stuff, but it's definitely more distant now because they're putting their focus into the kids that are still under their own roof.
Yeah. You're actually living the way my parents wish I was living.
Oh, really?
Like their big thing is I don't have a house yet. You know what I mean? Or they don't push me too much on the relationship stuff. Because the dating's so different now than it was when they were dating. Now, granted, my dad's been through some of the same things I've been through, but it's so different now from because like he'll tell me stuff that's like so outdated. You know what I mean? He gets on to me for now. I'll open the door for a girl, but if there's other stuff like if you get out of the elevator before they do, if you okay, here's the thing I learned. You never ask a girl where she wants to go eat because she will not tell you. You know what I mean? She doesn't know.
We have decision paralysis.
Okay. Just on the eating part. They're good on everything else except picking where to go eat.
Fun.
well, he's like, have you tried asking her what she wants to do? I was like, Dad, yes, every time, and but it's almost a thing. It's just I don't know what the disconnect is, where it's like that. In theory, if you're a gentleman, yeah, you're asking her, hey, where are we gonna go eat?
Yeah.
But like that never goes the way it's supposed to go.
Give her 3 options and let her pick from those. It's a whole lot better than a fill in the blank.
Or I've heard the other one where it's like, list a place she doesn't want, and then she'll know what she wants. You know what I mean? Or one of them where she sounded optimistic about one of those 3 options, and that's the one you go with.
Can you also bring up, hey, I know you like this place. You want to try that again? Or is that a no?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
And it may be a little bit different for most women, but for me, if you, on just about anything, if you ask me an open-ended question, any options are just going to like vanish from my brain. Wow. If somebody, how, I don't know if you've ever seen those interviews where somebody walks up to some random person on the street and they're like, name a celebrity, any celebrity, and they just lose every name that ever existed. That is, for at least for me, and I assume for other women, that is like, where do you want to eat? And it's like, I can't name a restaurant now. Yeah. They're all gone.
I've never Wendy'd before.
Who is she?
Who's Wendy? Yeah, and that's the thing, but that's where the disconnect is, where it's like, yeah, of course I asked Dad, like, you raised a depressed gentleman who, anyway, like, yeah, you've raised a yes man who, like, is, like, at her feet all the time.
I'm kind of, I think I'm that way, too. I don't know if it was because my dad, I don't know where I got, like, the chivalrous mindset from, but I've always, like, tried to be that way, even with women. I think a lot of guys make the mistake. Even with women who I'm not interested in, I try to go that extra mile with.
And let me tell you, that is one of the best things you can do as a guy.
Yeah.
Because women will pick up on it. If you're doing it for everybody, especially if you're doing it for lots of women and not just somebody you're interested in, that is like such a step in the right direction. We will pick up on that so quick.
Well, to me, it's like, it's not even like a conscious thing. It's like literally just like second nature. Like,
does that not weird you out though? Like if I just started opening a door for you, say we're just hanging out one-on-one, is that not weird?
Not if you're doing it for other people. Okay. Like for example, I have a friend that he walks everybody to their car.
Yeah,
guys and girls
I wouldn't
alike.
mind doing that. Yeah, and guys and girls. I'd be picking up some weird messages.
I don't know if I do it to guys, but I would definitely do it to most girls. I think I have done that actually.
Oh, look at you, perfect gentleman. Yeah. White Knight. Where's that comment here?
You're the we already discussed
White Knight. Yeah, no. I don't know. It's just like there's a disconnect. So there's that. He thinks now. Both my parents wish I was married already, but.
That's every parent.
Yeah, and they already think I should be having kids, which, like, sure, absolutely. If I had found the right person, sure. Right. But we're not there yet. And then, of course, they think I should be buying a house. So anytime I show up with another tattoo, they're like, "Wait, how's that down payment coming? Why don't you go mow the lawn?"
Oh, wait, that was my job.
Yeah, exactly.
There are definitely downsides. And trust me, every time I mow the lawn, I'm like, was the house worth it?
Going back a little bit.
I like renting. Okay. What?
Me too. But me going back a little bit to my parents, so it's something I'm very thankful for. First of all, I only live like 10 minutes away from them, which is really nice. But 15 minutes. I can still go, at least to my dad off and on, because there's always been disconnect with me and my dad, just because like he was from a totally different time, and also he didn't grow up the same way I did. Dave wasn't into the same things I'm into, which is fine. He's just his own person. I'm much more related to my mom, growing up. And now, even today, like I can still text my mom every day about stuff, and I can go over and ask her like any question, and she'll always have the answer for it. If it's a medical question, if it's a question about like life or whatnot, like she doesn't push any of that, but like she's always there whenever I need her. So I know it's bad. I know it's after Mother's Day, but thank you, Mom. You're the best. Love it.
Nice. What about you, Bree? Everything good in the hood for you?
Yeah. I mean, kind of like you said, my parents they still check in on me. My mom still comes in and is like, so do you like anybody? Like, what's the situation on that? I'm like, Mom.
Mom, chill. See, there's this old school meme where this like dog is like playing with these action figures, and he's got like this weird look on his face, and it's like my mom, whenever she sees me talking to a girl, she's trying to get the action figures to play together. And she's like,
my goodness.
That's funny.
And that's true. And it's like parents, they'll be like, oh, you laughed at her, you laughed at something she said. Are you interested? Like, no, Mom. She was funny.
You know what, though? I don't mind if my mom does that. I hate it when my friends do that. My stupid married friends who are like, I'm going to set you up with anyone who's single.
Have you been on a blind date, Bree?
No, but I did actually. My mom asked me if I would be interested in a blind date not even 2 weeks ago, and I was like, why?
I wouldn't say go for it.
So I've never done a blind date, but it's one of those things where, like, yeah, if the same conversation you had with your mom about the whole, no, she was funny, that's why I laughed. Imagine that everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, every day, with every interaction ever. As long as they're single, they're available. Like, they are perfect for you.
Yeah. Yes.
Like,
I hate that.
And I hate that so much because it's like, it's like, these are my friends, right? But, like, I feel like, your friends, I get it, it's fun to set people up. But you really should be finding people, if you're going to find someone for your friend, or you're trying to do that at least.
Yeah.
Try to find someone who's actually a good fit. Like, actually,
Yeah.
like...
It feels like, do you even know me, bro?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Honestly,
it kind of makes me feel like, okay, you're actually less of a close friend now than I thought.
Yeah.
Because, like, you would know I'm not interested.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like, yeah, I know you wouldn't be, but I thought it'd be a good idea. I'm like, no, you only think that because you want to take credit for setting a couple up. That's the only reason you're doing it, and you just want, I guess, all your friends to be married or whatever.
And I've done it. It's not all it's cracked up to be, guys.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've actually got lucky once and set people up to where they're married now with kids. So,
I got away with one. I actually I didn't set them up, but I highly encouraged a relationship, and it's actually a really strong relationship.
Good.
So good for me.
Yeah.
But it was people who I knew were going to be good for each other. Like they were both really good friends of mine. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. You were all so silent for so long. Where were you with the Kranch? Okay,
Yeah, for real.
Why weren't you booing at the
I
Kranch?
squirted this down my throat and you said nothing.
We threw these in the audience. They are,
How do you like that, audience?
complimentary.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't like being set up. So my first and only blind date, I was listing off stuff I liked, and she's like, "Oh man, I like to ruin that for people." So
She likes to ruin that for people?
So I'm sitting there talking about Lord of the Rings, and she's like, "Oh man, I always ruin that for everybody. That's just a bunch of walking and talking." I was like, this isn't gonna work.
It was nice to meet. Actually, it wasn't.
Yeah, like I bet you're a Harry Potter fan.
Harry Potter? Do you like Hermione?
I like her better.
Do you like Dobby?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah.
It's actually why our relationship isn't working out right now.
Yeah,
I'm a
'cause I don't
Dobby
like
fan. You're a Hermione fan.
Yeah.
It's not going to click.
Well, every girl I've talked to recently loves Harry Potter, and it's really tough.
Dude, that's what I'm freaking saying. I mean, like, okay, so my thing with the movies. I know I'm doing it with you, but like, if I would have held on, I think that's a score right there. So my whole thing is that I think we talked about this before. Where like I was holding back on the movies so that if I met someone like a girl who was like saw the movies and then she found out I didn't see the movies, that's like 6, 7 instant dates. Like I'm like, that's really smart, right?
My last date was the third Harry Potter film.
Ooh.
And I was in pain the whole time. But as a guy, as a gentleman my dad raised who won't ask a girl where she wants to go eat. Okay, I sat through it. I didn't complain.
Yeah.
But I felt, best believe I felt every minute of it.
Well, guess what? We're gonna have to watch that movie all over again soon.
I know.
By the way, loving the book so far.
Yeah.
I thought of you a few times.
On what parts? wait.
That's very important.
Wait. You're not even because you're not even halfway through yet, are you?
I'm halfway.
Okay, good.
I mean, about.
You thought we were doing it today.
So I was like speed reading.
He was going to cram through it last night.
But
he texted me at 10 p.m. saying, "Hey, I'm almost done. Don't freak out." I was like, "Chill, bro. Next week." Very excited. What's your favorite fantasy franchise, Bree?
Oh goodness, specifically fantasy?
Sci-fi or fantasy?
Oh, well, you write books. So what do you like? What's your favorite?
So I mostly enjoy sci-fi. I definitely enjoy fantasy too, but sci-fi is where it's at for me.
Space.
Yeah. So as far as series go, I mean, Star Wars is. I was raised on Star Wars basically as a second religion, like not actually, but more or less. And
you won't catch me judging you here. Don't worry, it's okay.
Perfect.
Sometimes I worship Chewbacca. Just depends.
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett all the way, except his TV series.
Oh goodness!
How much time you got?
Do a whole podcast on that right there.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, in fact, when kind of like what you mentioned with the Harry Potter, where you hadn't seen it, my sister's current boyfriend had not seen any Star Wars of any kind.
No.
Until they started dating, and I was like, "Look, I'm not going to say that's a deal breaker, but you better start educating him right now,
right this second."
And sure enough, they were. I work from home, and so I would come out of out of my room for my lunch break. And they'd be on the couch on, halfway through A New Hope. And then I'd be like, all right, good. And then a few weeks later, I'd see them on, like Empire Strikes Back. I'm like, all right, good. And he's gotten through, I think, the original 6. and part of the Clone Wars series.
Okay, I was about to say, it's not impressive until he starts doing Clone Wars.
He's not done with Clone Wars, but he has started
He's
it.
dedicated.
And I was like, okay, this is like you get the seal of approval.
Yeah.
It's pending until you finish Clone Wars, but at least
You get half the seal,
That's hilarious.
half my stamp.
Yes.
She's like going through the Disney Plus, like the watch time. She's like, okay, all 40 minutes, all 40 minutes, all 40
Yeah.
minutes.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
That's great.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a couple that watches Star Wars together stays together.
Yes.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I suppose so.
What was your college experience like, Bree, by the way? Because I thought of a good college story, but I wanted to ask. Because you went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Because you got a real job.
Not like us.
Yeah, so I went to TWU up in Denton, and I only picked that one because I had applied for... I applied for scholarships everywhere, but I got the biggest one at that school. I was like, done.
Nice.
I originally went for biology with a computer science minor.
Nice.
I was looking to get into some of the biotechnology fields originally. Wasn't able to find a whole lot of that in Texas and wasn't willing to move, so I swapped those and did computer science major, bio minor, and then found out that my computer science major required all the classes that a math minor does.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, I'll just get the math minor then. And I dropped the biology completely.
Let's say, because you don't do science at all, I don't think.
Not really. I mean, I loved science was my favorite subject growing up, and it's still kind of a hobby of mine. I still love specifically like not like microbiology or anything like that, but I loved anything that had to do with animals.
Nice.
I worked at a vet clinic for a couple of years. I was very interested in like zoology and things like that. So that's still kind of a hobby
I
to
took
it.
zoology 3 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was so bad. I was a terrible science student.
Yeah, I decided that the animal thing would just be a hobby, and I'd get a computer science degree, and then that ended up working for my job because now I'm a data analyst. So I use the math and the computer science.
So how do you feel? Are you happy with your career choice? If you don't mind me asking.
I am. I think it was very much a not to get too religious. Yeah, I think it was very much a God thing as far as the timing and the job itself. It was close to where I lived at the time before I moved out. It was run by a CEO that was, shared a lot of the same beliefs. It was a pretty small company, so it was very like healthy work environment. And then we moved to working from home in 2020, so that gave me the flexibility of schedule. It gave me the ability to move, wherever and not be reliant on commuting.
That's fantastic.
So I really love this job, and I've been there 4.5 years. And I don't plan on going anywhere.
In fact, I think you started there when I met you. I met you.
Yeah, I think so.
3 years ago, I think. So 2020, and we're already coming up on that. So you were there for like a year. Mm-hmm. So that's awesome.
Yeah,
we're getting there. I've been at my job almost a whole year now, and I'm excited. It's been great.
Fantastic.
I remember you talking about wanting out of your previous job.
Yeah.
And when this one came up, you were so excited.
Yeah, I was all in, and that was definitely a God thing too, because it just opened up, and I wasn't supposed to get it. I didn't qualify for it, and here we are. And I've been there almost a year, and I'm loving it. So. Yeah, same exact thing where it's like everything just lined up perfectly, and I've never been happier. I used to work night shifts, and last night I was sitting here I was playing board games with some buddies of mine, and I was like, yeah, in an hour I would have gone to work, and I would have said I'm calling in sick, but I don't have to worry about that anymore. So
yeah,
That's nice.
college story. There was this girl my buddy was trying to get with. Okay, she had not seen Star Wars, but she also had no clue that Darth Vader was Luke's father.
Oh my
That's the
goodness.
combination.
She didn't know.
Oh,
So
wow.
that means you can go prequel first.
The
That's awesome.
potential.
Prequel first? Are you insane?
No, that's what me and my little brother do.
No.
No,
We set it up to where she was shocked like everybody else.
Yeah, you got to have the dramatic
Yes.
reveal if you don't know. If
No.
you do know, you can
No,
start
you can
with the
still
prequels.
get
but-
still get that with prequels though.
No, you can't.
No.
No, you absolutely can't. No,
No.
okay, really think about this. Really think about this.
Sorry.
We got 3 minutes
Imagine
left to
going
do
through
this debate.
prequels without knowing Anakin's going to kill those children.
Okay, you could get the shock value in the
Imagine
third
Order
movie.
66,
That's-
where you don't know the Jedi are all going to be, okay, I'm just saying, it's a really great, timeless reveal, but imagine going through chronology. And actually, George Lucas himself recommends, I know you're going to roll your eyes, recommends going through chronologically.
Didn't he recommend the
Almost-
4th Indiana
Shut
Jones film?
Yeah. Hey, it was more entertaining than the 5th one. at
That's
least.
true. I was listening to that review on the way up here, by the way. Good times. Anyway, continue.
So, yeah, I'm just saying, there's a lot more to be revealed going prequel first. I'm just saying. Like, you get one really good reveal with episode 5, I get it.
I see what you're saying. However...
Imagine, literally just... Because that's what my little brother is doing. He's never seen any Star Wars. He just knows the memes, but he doesn't know who any of the characters are. He doesn't know the Darth Vader Anakin thing, right? But so he's going like prequel first, and then what I'm having him do is he just watched episode 2. I'm having him watch Clone Wars.
Nice.
And then up until the last season, then before he watches the last season, switch over to episode 3. Then watch the last season of Clone Wars.
Very interesting.
Because then he'll get like reveal overload.
You're making him work for it.
No, really, and he's going for it. So like, I'm happy about it because he's like, I don't know why I'm watching all these out of order. I'm like, no, just believe me, bro. Like, you're actually going to flip out because he's going to see the last thing he's going to see is Anakin running down the corridor after he sees Ahsoka for the last time, and then episode 3 kicks off. I'm like,
oh my goodness,
it's gonna be so freaking cool.
Oh, that'll be great.
All right, I know what you're saying. However, her reaction to the reveal in episode 5 blew her away. Yeah. She was freaking out. She picked a corner and she's in the fetal position. She's like, what the heck? Like, she's screaming at the TV because she had never seen anything like it.
That is why I really hope I find someone who's never seen Star Wars.
Oh, good luck with that.
I want that reaction.
Yeah, good luck with that. You know what? Here's the thing I've noticed, though. There's going to be something she hasn't seen that you just can't wait to show her. Okay, so my first girlfriend, we were set to watch Lord of the Rings before she dumped me, but she hadn't seen it. So, like, there's something she hasn't seen. Yeah. And then, like, if you know she's going to like Harry Potter and she hasn't seen it yet for some reason, you're going to enjoy showing her that. So there's always something you've seen that you've experienced that she hasn't. And vice versa. If you're a good boyfriend, you'll do the switch, and you know she'll show you things that you didn't know you liked.
And then you just have to hope that she likes it as much as you do. Otherwise, it won't work out.
Let me tell you, let me also burst your bubble. She won't. Let me just go ahead and tell you that right out the gate.
Sure.
She might really enjoy it, though.
She'll enjoy it, but she won't love it like you do.
That's fair.
But that's something you're just gonna have to look past if you want to get married. So
yeah.
All right, that's it. It's an hour.
How
do you feel? Yeah, we did pretty good.
Yeah.
We ruined our day with Mayochup, MayoMust, Kit Chili, but we ended it on a positive note.
With
dating,
Kranch.
it's hopeless.
Yeah.
All right, guys, say bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all.
Wait, I have one more thing to say before we go.
You have 1 minute.
Dating is like these Heinz bottles, mixing two completely different flavors together. 99% of the time it doesn't work out, but sometimes every once in a while you get like one of those ketchup and mayo combinations. Everyone
all right, time's up.
All right.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.